Do Jubilee employees have crushes at the office? Do y'all think people at the Jubilee HQ love someone inside their own office building? I don't know. We'll find out though. Let's get into it. I have got a crush on someone in the office. 3, 2, 1.
Define crush.
You define crush.
Wow, strongly disagree.
Yeah.
Really?
My girlfriend's watching.
This is not the right board for this. It shouldn't be like this strongly. It's either like a yes or a no. Like what is with this like that's just me.
This I can't. Like I'm taken, ladies. Like I can't like be messing with this. So strongly disagree.
I feel like there's a lot of people who like when they start at Jubilee, you're like, oh, they have a very attractive personality and they're very attractive, but like it's gotten to the point where I'm like, oh, me and this person should date or something. I think friend crushes happen a lot at Jubilee. I had a friend crush on Zach when he joined.
WK! I'm joking.
It's in private, maybe.
I'm definitely.
On somewhat disagree because of like friend crushes, you know.
Well, I didn't know that
There's
counted.
I think you guys are being so diplomatic by saying friend crush. Yeah, come on. We don't want to know about friend crush. We want to know about actual crush.
Feelings of desire can kind of be ambiguous of whether or not it's actually, if it's platonic or if it's like something more than that.
I think I'm a 23-year-old like single woman in LA. I'm just checking out everyone all the time. I love to check people out, and you know the qualities of the people that work at Jubilee, like a lot of emotionally intelligent people, a lot of sensitive, soft people. These are like my favorite types of people. So like I feel like in every single person at Jubilee, I would kiss them for a different reason. You know, like they all have qualities that.
Oh my
like
God.
the way I said that.
She gonna kiss everyone. That's crazy, girl.
I want to kiss.
It doesn't have to be
everyone.
between. I never. Yeah. You're the one person I don't have a crush on, Steven.
Let's go, boy Rose.
I love reading the comments. 3, 2, 1.
Wow.
No, I don't bother with the comment section. I mean, sometimes they're funny, but sometimes people are just mean, and it makes me lose faith in humanity a little bit to see so much like very specific cruelty.
I kind of agree
But
with
that's
that.
like you just gotta understand that's just social media. No matter if you look at the comments, look at the live chat feed in a Twitch stream, look at anything with social media, there will always be people in the comment section that will actually talk about the post, or there will actually be people that will disregard or like despise the post. I could go on Rap TV right now, and some people would be like, oh, yeah, you're kind of right about this topic, but then they'll be like, well, there'll be some people that are like, we don't care, post get better ratio, da 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 da. Like, that's nothing, girl. That's nothing.
Sometimes the comments can be pretty brutal and.
How week been good?
But I think as a director, sometimes I get pretty good feedback from comments because people have good suggestions about different topics or how the video could have been better with maybe a few different prompts or different casts. So it's not that I take everything seriously, but it's like one of my guilty pleasures also.
I think it's also just a really good way to see if the content that we're even making even resonates with our audience.
Why? This is why I don't wear fucking tank tops no more on stream. Shit. That's why I don't wear this shit no more on stream.
Like yeah, like if we didn't like look at the comments, we'd probably just like evaluate our videos by the views. Which there are so many videos that like don't get a lot of views, but are like some of the videos that we're like most proud of.
Yeah, I'm on the same wavelength. I think we create content for our audiences, so like it's always good to know what we think we're doing right and what we may be doing wrong. And because I have been in like a few little videos, Brandon showed me this one website where you could search up like specific topics, so I always look for my name because I want to know what people think about me. I want to be liked.
Going off of Milky's
Wow.
point,
Wow, these people are crazy.
Topic, so I always look for my name because I want to know what
Wait, go back, please. I watched these for Milky.
I want to know what
Milky is hot.
people think about
Can I get some Milky?
me. I want to be liked.
going off
What's the name of that website? I want to see what people think about me. Hello?
of Milky's point, I can definitely attest to like checking the comments to make sure we're doing a good job. As an editor, I put a lot of jokes in that sometimes I'm worried will go over the audience's head or like they just won't get it. Like, humor is different from that of the audience, so it's a process
What the fuck is that editing stuff?
of like learning what the audience likes in terms of jokes, also making sure we, are hitting our targets in terms of like what the video is about. Are we engaging our community in the right way? There are also instances of like people like doxing people in the comments that I think we do have a responsibility to look out for.
And our channel is left-leaning, so a lot of people who have opinions that are right-leaning, they definitely are under attack.
Yeah.
There's so many videos.
I think we have to be really cognizant of like tunnel vision and just
Yeah.
like the echo chamber of the same voices saying the same thing.
Yeah.
No topic or identity should be off limits on our platform. 3, 2,
Yeah.
Part of why I fell in love with Jubilee and why I like working here is because we do take the time to show both sides, even if it is stuff or from people that I normally wouldn't agree with, because if I don't know how the other side thinks and I don't know what is causing them pain, I don't know how to win them over. And if I don't know how to win them over, then I can't hope for a better world. Changing minds is important.
I do think our whole mission is to help create understanding on different points of views, but there are definitely some points of views that I feel like are overly negative, things that could be related to hate crime provoking conversation.
But that also depends on how we...
See, then that I feel like, what was that? I feel like if you wanna post those type of content or that type of content, or that's like with those controversial topics and discussions, just do it. What who's I'm the type. I don't care what I post anymore. Especially, I mean, I do care. Some stuff I do care, some stuff I don't. But if it's on the internet, it's out there. Fuck it. I couldn't care less. I probably said some stuff on my TikTok. Guess what? I'm not canceled yet, am I? And cancel culture, what they gonna fucking do? There's just a whole bunch of motherfuckers behind a screen talking they shit on Twitter. I wish them motherfuckers would try and cancel me, even though I ain't that fucking popular.
We showcase that content, right? How we represent them. I think we should cover all topics and there's nothing off limits, because at the end of the day, I do think nobody's born good or bad. It's the choices that defines who they are. I think only if we try to explore topics that make us uncomfortable can we create less divide amongst people. Of course, there would be a lot of responsibility for us as a company to make sure that the opinions of the people are their opinions and Jubilee doesn't endorse anything like that. I think it's fine.
I think just that a lot of misinformation can be spread, and I know that we are very popular on platforms like Facebook, and a lot of older people may get their news from Facebook, and they may cherry pick this clip, this moment, and that could be incredibly influential to a huge amount of people.
I think it's important to remember also that platforming is not endorsing. Just
Yes,
because
that's a good
we
point.
put something on our platform doesn't mean we agree with it.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
why we have something like a verbal disclaimer on Middle Ground now. Yeah, come on over.
But I think overall, this is maybe just a larger conversation about censorship and what we believe should be.
Even in for the disclaimer, I don't read it. I skip past it. That disclaimer be up there for at least 2 seconds, then I'm in the video. Thank you.
Said and not said, and I think that's what a lot of private companies are kind of considering now too, which is why Twitter banned Trump, and same with Facebook. I wonder if these big corporations are doing that to protect the overall good of people. I feel like we should, in a way, follow suit and be really considerate of the people that our audiences that would be watching our videos.
I feel like I could honestly be on that side with you both, but I'm coming at it more from like the business perspective of the fact that like our content lives on YouTube, and we are kind of like at the mercy of the content guidelines of YouTube. So like if there's some sort of topic or perspective that is gonna get us like flagged to get demonetized, that's messing with the livelihoods of all the people that work for this company. That's where I'm more so coming from, if it's more so in terms of a business longevity perspective.
I need a raise. 3.
Everybody gonna go to the right.
1.
Oh man, I thought everyone was gonna go like strong favorite. Now I'm like over here.
I was
Seem greedy.
I was thinking about going to disagree, but I mean we all need a raise, right?
Yeah.
Right? Can we all agree that like once
Yeah, like need is
the rest
different
of the
than
Jubilee
want,
team
but
sees this,
yeah.
you know?
Right, like want, I think a lot of us would be here,
Yeah.
but need is.
Yeah.
Well, okay, if we're going like desperately need, then I'm gonna go.
Well, I
over
don't think
here.
it should be desperate.
Yeah, it depends on how you see it. I think
Yeah.
that's how I perceive
Okay,
it.
Do you deserve a raise? I think is like kind of.
moving.
I don't need a raise.
I think you should demand more out of yourself. You work a lot of hours on the weekends sometimes, late into the night sometimes.
I think media companies generally pay their employees less. So if I compare to other media companies, from whatever I've heard, I think we have a pretty decent salary. But yeah, if you compare to the amount of work we put in, the hours we put in, sometimes working weekends, and also a lot of times the emotional labor that goes in the work, which is a lot of it for especially specific shows or specific time of the year. And then I just think a gradual raise would be good. I'm somebody who just can't ask for a raise, and I think that's my flaw, that I should be more straightforward and should demand what I deserve, because the company is run by people, and of course they'll try to save money if they can, right?
That's right. And it's actually true that this year, at any job, if you didn't get a raise, you got a pay cut because of inflation. So even more reason.
I also think we're all in our 20s and we're all single, like none of us are married, right? So that's why we're more in this range, in the middle. I think if any of us had responsibility of a child or had our own family, we would be on the other side.
Yeah.
On the extreme side.
Our company exists in a political bubble. 3, 2, 1.
This is so hard. Oh.
As we mentioned, like we are like more left-leaning, but in the very first Spectrum Jubilee episode, we talked about how I feel like important it was for like us to like hire a Trump supporter.
In terms of like thoughts and opinions on things, I think we can be more diverse.
And we need a Trump voter, like you guys were saying.
And maybe we've done that since, maybe we haven't, but if we have, I don't think we've created an environment where that person feels comfortable enough to be vocal in our team about like, yes, I have supported Trump, or yes, I am like more conservative.
Do you guys know a single conservative on our team?
I do know like a current employee who's conservative only because of one of the shows that I was involved in made so the staff had to talk to us about this stuff privately, and they, you know, kind of made a joke about it and said something off the cuff like, oh, well, you know, I'm kind of the black, like the secret black sheep.
I think we try our best to like burst the bubble, and sometimes we do, but then we always catch ourselves getting back into the bubble because we are very left-leaning.
I think it's really naive to like
Yeah.
to even like consider that we might actually like not exist within the political bubble at all.
Yeah.
Because like even at like the core of like who we are as people, like all of our unconscious biases are gonna affect the way that we work, and they're always gonna affect the way that we interact with people and the ideas that we come up with.
That's why I'm over here, is because I know we're not exempt. You know, we see it in the content we make.
But a lot of our content is political, so I think that at that point we get people who have different views, but inevitably things would happen since we're so left-leaning that even if we accept someone, their beliefs might come in the way of how we function, so maybe they wouldn't work for the company. For example, I think most of us are very anti-gun, right? But if we hire someone maybe who's pro-gun and brings a gun to the office because they need it for their safety, I think a lot of us will have a problem with that, with someone bringing a gun.
Yeah.
So just by the nature of our work and the side we lean towards, I think we're in our bubble.
Jubilee will still be around in 50 years.
Jubilee being around for 50 more years. Let's see. This is 2022. It'll be what, 2072? Jesus, how would technology even work then? To be honest, I would say no. I would say no. Because I would say no because to be honest, Jubilee. I don't want to say like the stuff they talk about won't or will get them canceled in a way, but you know, I don't see it being around for 50 more years. Me personally, I don't see it coming around for 50 more years.
2, 1.
50 years, so we'll be like 75, 70, 70s. Oh no.
Oh no.
Uh-oh. I mean, I hope Jubilee is still around in like 50 years, and I know
Yeah,
like,
welcome to the stream.
Jason, our CEO, like loves to talk about how Jubilee is a huge movement for empathy, and he has like huge ambitions, and us on YouTube is just like the very start of this movement. I don't know, I guess sometimes it's just like discouraging, like if you compare Jubilee right now in terms of like views and engagement with our audience, we have grown in subscribers, but at the same time, I feel like our engagement has gone down a good amount.
The idea of Jubilee has only existed for a little more than 10 years right now. It's very hard to guess where we'll be, if we'll be in 50 years. I guess I'm just a little more optimistic.
Who's to say that like where we are at is like the best that we will ever be?
I mean, Disney, 50 years in, was already making like whatever Snow White or whatever Disney movie came out 50 years after they started, so.
So Accepted is no less than Snow White.
Everyone watch Accepted streaming on Amazon Prime and
Apple TV.
Apple TV.
That's right, Apple TV.
100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
100.
Yes.
Yeah, great documentary.
Specifically, I actually asked Jason that exact question if he thought Jubilee was going to be around for 50 years. He told me that he wanted to be the Disney of empathy, and I was kind of like, oh, look at this guy. He's going to be Disney. But then I asked him, like, how are you able to be so ambitious and think that big? And he told me that one of his friends, who is just like, I think a coder in college, ended up creating Dropbox. Like, that's his personal friend. And because he saw his friend able to do that, he just thought, well, if my friend can do that, why can't I do that? And it gave me such a valuable lesson about like the types of people that you choose to surround yourself with, that once they rise up, you rise up too. So that's why I'm very thankful to be surrounded by such talented people too, that I know will all be successful. So like, if you guys are gonna do it, I'm gonna do it too.
We'll all be here.
Yeah.
In 50 years.
Yeah, Jubilee.
And we survived the pandemic also, which could have really jolted the company, which it did in a way, but we still passed through that phase. And I think the mission of Jubilee and what it stands for, just the ethos of the company, is here to stay on for pretty long.
Snaps to that, right? Wave
All right, everyone
motion, like
set?
I do it slightly after
Yeah.
the person.
3, 2, 1.
Hi.
Beautiful.
Okay, then.
Oh,
I didn't know we were coming back up.
and then the other side. Okay.
That was horrible.
This is why we put Milky
Does
in
this look
front.
great?
That was horrible. Okay, but either way, W video. That was actually good. That was actually good.